Hi, I'm here with Pippa, and Pippa, tell us a little bit about what you do.
Right, yes, my name is Pippa Carron. I live in Canberra, not very far from Robin, and I'm a professional writer. I've been writing non-fiction books for at least 30 years, and more recently some fiction books. But I do a few other things as well. I'm a professional qualified writing coach. I coach people to write whatever they want to write, fiction or non-fiction books, and also I'm a professional editor. So I do a lot of editing of documents, so I know the sort of standard that books need to be to get published.
Oh, great. Well, because there's a lot of people in our industry who've got a lot of information about specific topics, about specific ailments or courses and information about health that they've put together over the years. How easy is it for these people to actually turn that into a book, turn it into something that's published, got their name on it, all of those things?
Yeah. Let me say before I go into that there's a great demand for that sort of book out there, big demand. A book of, say, 30,000 words that talks about a specific topic, very popular. You can sell them in practitioner premises, you could sell them in health food shops, those sorts of places where people are interested in that sort of topic. And you could, of course, sell them on the internet as well, and both in hard copy and digital. So lots of demand and really quite easy. As to bringing the book together, easier than you'd think. You might think it's quite daunting to write a book of this sort of size that you could hand out. Here's a few here. It's actually really quite easy because if you've written anything in your particular subject areas, such as, let's say you've had a blog site or you've had other information on your web, maybe you've been doing a newsletter for years, or you've given talks at workshops. Anytime you've presented information anyway, you just bring that information together, get it together in some sort of form, and all of a sudden you'll find you've got a book happening there. Yeah.
Wow. So there's a lot of practitioners who I know who have taught courses, who've presented workshops. They could turn some of these topics into books.
Yeah, absolutely. If you've got any recordings of any sort, or indeed if you don't think you can sit down and write, you just take a recording of you speaking the material, and then there are websites, international websites, where people type up recordings, put them into transcripts very cheaply, easily, quickly, and then all of a sudden that transcript becomes a basis of a chapter for a book. So easy to do that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what about choosing topics that are going to be marketable, or that people are going to want to know about or read about?
If you've got clients, you've got people interested in those topics. You've actually got two different audiences here if you're going to write a book in your industry area. The first audience is your clients who might want to know more about it. For example, any of the natural therapies where you're giving someone a treatment, but you don't have time to really explain everything about that treatment, but you want the person to know enough about it to understand what you're doing and how they can help themselves as well. All that can go in a book. So clients is one audience, and the other audience is the other practitioners all around the world. So complementary therapies, alternative therapies, there are just millions of people around the world doing that sort of work, and they're looking for books to guide them as well.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
So if someone had some of this content, what are some basic steps that they'd need to do? Just a very basic outline.
Yeah.
There's a lot to it, but
yeah. There's really probably 4 steps. First step is get your book written. Just get a rough draft and get it down there. Next step is to have someone have a look at it, whether you get a professional editor or a friend or a work colleague, just get some feedback on it, get a better draft, and then have it professionally edited. It's probably the way to go. Then the next step is to have it formatted so that it looks nice in a print form. And you can see, for example, with these books here, this one, I've actually formatted this one myself on Microsoft Word. Quite easy to do. You can see I've got all the introductory photo of myself, introductory pages, table of contents, all that. So if you don't feel able to do that yourself, again, on the internet, there's loads of sites where people do that work, outsourced work, you might pay $20 to have someone format your book nicely for you in print. Oh yes, a lot of people out there doing it sort of work. And then you'd probably pay someone else to format it in a digital form, because a digital book's very different. Print book, you format with formatting software, whereas a digital book is actually one long web page. So you actually have to have it formatted in HTML, like a website. Right. So they're quite different. So you pay someone to do the formatting if you don't think you can do it yourself. And then the final stage of getting a book like that in your hands is to upload it to a publishing platform. And the one I recommend is Amazon's CreateSpace. Very user-friendly, very easy to do. They'll have a template. This is an Amazon template for a cover. Where you just put a picture, you just put words in their template. They give you an ISBN and a barcode, and you order a couple of copy to just check it's okay, and then order as many as you like. You can have 5 or 10 or 500, whatever, from Amazon's CreateSpace. Really easy. A book like that costs about, this one I think is about $2.50 to buy the book yourself, but then you pay for freight. Yes. There as well, which makes the book probably about $4.50 all up. So you can actually afford to give them out.
Wow.
Yeah, you can afford to give them out to people. It's like it's called the 21st century business card, is to have your own book, and it's way better than handing out a business card. Way better for practitioners to be able to say, "This is me. This is my book. Here's my picture on the cover. This is what I do." Yeah.
Wow, yeah. That's amazing. So, I didn't realise that that I knew that it had come such an amazing way, but that's amazing. So you're helping people to do this. Yeah. Yes, one of the things I've been doing over the last year is helping people with self-publishing. Actually coaching them. I've got a whole lot of tutorials available where I help them through the process of actually getting the book written, and then the process of formatting and editing, particularly what you need to look out for in editing. So, and all the tips and tricks for self-editing. I've got a whole lot of information on that. And then I've got a step-by-step, in fact it's a series of lessons, how to actually get it published to the point where you've got this in your hand. So yeah. Wow, so are you teaching people how to just publish hard copy books?
Print and digital. Print and digital. Yep, absolutely. So if some people that I've helped have simply wanted a digital book to email to people, and I've helped them with that, and that's relatively easy to do. And I've also helped people get to this print stage. What I really recommend though is that you do go through the process of getting a print book. 2 reasons. One, fabulous to have a book in your hands. It's fabulous to do this. Loads of fun. And in fact, here's a bigger one. I've done this one. It's 400 pages, and did that one a few months ago. But it's great feeling to have a book in your hands and say, I'm the author, and to be able to give it out. But the other weird thing that happens is no sooner do you see something in print, then you see the mistakes and you see how you can improve it. And so that you get one copy to proofread and look at, and then you can make improvements. You can get one more copy if you want. So, and then my suggestion is then you convert it to digital as a perfect book. Yeah.
Wow. So in doing this process, you're coming out with, people would be coming out with not just a hard copy book, but also a digital book.
Yeah.
And so something that they can not only give to their clients, but they can also sell, and make money from, and give something to other practitioners to also sell.
Yeah, sell it through Amazon. Easy. Terribly easy to sell it through Amazon, because with Amazon's CreateSpace, when you generate your print book, you generate a proof. I think one of these will have proof in the back, so you generate your proof. And once you've had a look at that, then you press a button, you fill in a whole lot of forms, and about 24 hours later it's for sale on Amazon. So anyone in the world could buy it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So people...
Yeah, could buy it. If you really want to make a lot of money out of it, and actually most people who write non-fiction books don't particularly want to make a lot of money to start with. They just want it for the kudos, you know, that it gives a professional status to them. And because to actually make a lot of money out of books, you've then got to go into that whole marketing side. Now, I can teach people about that. There's a lot of steps. But one of the best things to do is just have it available for sale on your website, or even have a link on your website to where it's for sale on Amazon. And just you can send out an email to your clients and say, here's the link, and they just buy it from Amazon. And
then you can also be setting up JVs with other people to be able to be offering that. Yeah,
once you've got a book, all sorts of things happen. Once you've got a book, and then you might suddenly decide, well, you could do a second or a third book on a different aspect of your work, or you could in fact co-author with a whole lot of practitioners to have a more holistic approach to treatments.
Great. Great. Yeah. Look, if people want to work with you, if people want to find out more about how they can do this, how do they get in contact?
Go to my website, which is www, of course, myselfpublishingsecrets.com. Fairly straightforward, myselfpublishingsecrets.com. And just go through the page to put in your name and your email address, and then you'll get sent a whole lot of information about self-publishing. You'll get onto my mailing list and there'll be all sorts of information there. But there's also then a page, it'll take you to a page where you can sign up if you want to join a program where I personally teach people with, as I say, weekly classes of how to bring your book together and to publish it. I should say on my website, if you do join the program, is that there's 200 tutorials there.
Wow.
For people. Yep, 200 tutorials. There's a whole lot, 10 or 15 on how to write your book faster. There's about 50 on how to write a better non-fiction book. There's about 60 on how to write a better fiction book. There's about 16 on editing, about 20 on formatting, and on and on. So there's a lot of resources there.
So regardless of what the question is, you've got the answers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and also there's complete ability to email me at any time. In fact, if people just want to email me directly, that domain name with just info at the front. So info@myselfpublishingsecrets.com, email me direct and I can give them more information. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I would actually really love to see more people doing this because it's such an easy thing to do. Yeah. Great. And so satisfying. Yeah, professionally satisfying as well as personally. Yeah, good.
Look, that's great, Pippa.
Well, thank you.
That's really, really valuable, and thank you so much.
Okay, my pleasure being here. All the best.